Hey everyone, Ronnie Chavez here, and today we're going to be going over 10 exercises, 10 practical exercises that will help you in learning parkour. Now, these 10 exercises aren't just your regular basic bodyweight exercises, but they're done in a way to help you build practical and coordinated movement for doing parkour. And so as you build your muscle doing these types of exercises, it'll help you apply that same motion and strength into your parkour movements. Now, there's a wide variety of exercises you can do, and right now I'm just picking 10 basic ones that will help you out when starting out and should be pretty basic for you to do to help you learn parkour. Now, what I want you to keep in mind before actually training and practicing and conditioning your body for doing parkour is that everyone's body is going to be a little bit different. Maybe you're tall or short, heavier or lighter, whatever it may be. You just need to be aware of how your body feels as you're exercising. Make sure that you aren't pushing yourself too hard that may cause shoulder or joint injuries. Some of these things, if done too much in the beginning, can be a little bit hard on your joints, so take it slowly, and we'll talk about progressions you can do to help you build your overall parkour strength and eventually become a parkour master. So, jumping into it, the first exercise we're going to talk about is quadrupedal movement. So quadrupedal movement is doing any sort of ground movement on all fours. The first quadrupedal movement I'm going to show you guys is just the basic bear crawl. So as it sounds, you're basically going to be crawling on your hands and feet, one hand, one foot after the other, moving along the ground like you'd see any typical animal moving. Now, when doing this, you want to keep in mind that you want to keep a strong posture. If you can keep your hips low to the ground and kind of keep your back as level as possible, that's going to help engage more of your muscles in your core and arms and legs that will overall be most beneficial for you. If you feel like this exercise is kind of hard on your wrists, what you can do is practice just doing a plank first, either on your fists or on your hands, whatever you're comfortable doing, to build up the strength in your wrists and in your arms so that as you get stronger, it's easier to do and won't hurt your wrists doing it. Starting this movement, you want to practice it slowly, and then as you get better and stronger and more coordinated, you can start practicing going faster and faster to increase your movement and speed abilities. The next quadrupedal exercise that you can do, I like to call the conch hop. So with this, you're basically going to be reaching forward with your hands, and then as you jump from your feet, you bring your feet to your hands and then reach out with your hands again, and then just keep doing that to gain distance. Starting out this move, you can start it out slowly and just do small movements first. The idea is that as you're reaching out and placing your hands and then jumping your feet to your hands, you're kind of pushing with your chest to kind of bring your feet underneath you. And then as you get better at it, you can start diving farther and seeing how far you can dive with each leap. The next exercise you can practice is just doing a basic handstand. So starting out, you're just going to plant your hands on the ground and then just simply kick your feet up in the air. Be sure to not over kick it or try and get it up too fast because you don't want to flip over and land on your back. Right now, you're just practicing getting the motion of kind of holding your legs up in the air. And as you get more comfortable, you can start kicking up to a straight handstand. Now, the handstand takes a lot of practice to master and to develop the balance for it, so what you can do in the meantime before you reach that point of being able to balance it is use a wall for aided support to help you practice the handstand. So what you can do starting out is simply face away from a wall, and then you're going to plant your hands on the ground and simply start walking your feet up on the wall. Just do it for as long as you're comfortable. You don't want to reach the point of exhaustion, otherwise you might collapse and face plant. But this will help you build the strength and coordination for the balance of doing a handstand. Once you're a little bit more confident in your handstands, then you can actually face towards the wall and kind of flip right up to it, catching your feet to help you balance. So this next one, you're going to want a basic handrail or a wall that's about waist height, and this is going to help you work towards vaults and build your core strength and your arm strength. So basically what you're going to be doing is like a half of a vault. Instead of vaulting all the way over, it's like you're starting a monkey or Kong vault and just lifting your hips up into the air and holding that for a second and then coming back down and then repeating that over and over. Once again, make sure you don't overdo this one so that you don't topple over the rail. So just start out with small bounces and then slowly try and hold your hips and knees up in the air, and you'll really feel that core working as you do this. Alright, let's now move on to our legs. The first simple exercise is actually just going to be stride jumping. Now this is just going to be jumping one leg at a time and just focusing on jumping as high as possible as you can, and then landing on the opposite leg and then jumping and rebounding once again from that leg. And this is going to develop your coordination and strength for landing and jumping again, and how quickly you can do that. You can also practice this on a softer area like grass if you feel like it's a little bit hard on your knees or joints. But it's good to practice on hard ground every once in a while, just so you can be familiar with the feeling of jumping and landing on hard ground. The next leg exercise is pretty similar. It's going to be PLYO jumps. So with this one, you're just going to be jumping from two legs, landing on two legs, and jumping again. And once again, the goal is to land, rebound, and jump again, and see how quickly you can do that, changing the distance, going farther or shorter, just doing a variety of ways to increase your jumping abilities. When doing both of these exercises, be sure to focus on landing on your toes. That's how you'll get the most power, and it's just good practice for landing and jumping from your toes, since that's what you'll be doing in actual parkour. The last leg exercise I'm going to go over in this video are pistol squats. Now what this is it's doing one-legged squats and going as low as you can and coming back up. Now what you want to keep in mind with this is that it can be hard on your knees if not get done correctly. So ideally, starting out, you want to hold on to something to help you balance and help you control yourself coming back down if you need to, and you want to be leaning back just slightly so that more of your weight is over your heels instead of over your toes, and that'll take less pressure off of your knees. But if you still feel like there's too much pressure on your knees doing this move, then just do pistol squats, not going quite as low, just to where it feels comfortable, and then as you build strength, you can slowly go lower and lower. The main thing to make sure that you do is that as you're coming back down, that you're controlling it with your strength and your arm if you need to, so that all your weight isn't falling onto your knee. As you build up strength, you can eventually start doing it without holding onto anything and just using your balancing abilities to help you go down and back up. And this will immensely increase your balancing ability as well as your strength for coming up from a squat and jumping. And if you want to take it even further, you can even take it to a handrail once you feel advanced enough, and you can practice doing it here. As a reminder, remember to listen to your body, listen to your joints. If you feel like something is stressing it too much, then don't worry about doing that exercise, or adjust the exercise to make it easier so that you don't have to stress out your joints, because nothing's worse than getting a stress injury from exercising the wrong way or doing exercises that your body isn't ready for. For the last three exercises, you're either going to want a wall or a bar, and what these are basic hanging exercises. So the first one is going to be just a normal hang. You're just going to hang as long as you can, building your finger strength as well as your arm strength. Just make sure that the wall or bar that you find is tall enough to hang from. This one's a little bit low, so I'm just gonna have to bend my knees to not touch the ground, but it'll still work. Alright, the next wall or bar exercise is just doing a basic pull-up. And it's actually good to practice these on a wall as well. It'll be more practical towards doing actual wall climbs. Because a bar is easier, you can usually get more reps in, meaning you can get more of a workout, but it just depends what you're going for. And finally, the last wall or bar exercise are dips. You're going to get on top of the bar or the wall, and then you're going to, from there, simply do dips down to your chest and push yourself back up. If that's a little difficult to do, then simply just holding yourself in that position for as long as you can will build up your strength for doing dips. There's a variety of ways you can apply these exercises. You can either do each one till you're burnt out, or you can do a certain amount of each one in a circuit so you get a full body workout. Just keep that in mind as you practice these, or you can just do them here and there to just help improve your coordination and strength. It's really up to you and how hard you want to push yourself. So there's your 10 basic practical parkour exercises to help you getting started in learning parkour. Be sure to subscribe for more tutorials And remember to hit that bell button if you want to be able to receive notifications for my newest videos that come out every Tuesday and Friday. Usually my tutorials come out on Tuesday, and on Friday it's whatever else it might be. Maybe a free running video or a GoPro POV video. Whatever it is, be sure to stay tuned, and thanks for watching.